Hi, welcome to the Elixir Distillers stand. My name's Julie Hamilton. I'm the brand ambassador for the Elixir Distillers. Over the course of this week, we are going to be talking to some of the best from the whisky industry. Today, we are welcoming Paul McDonagh from the Bon Accord in Glasgow. Welcome, Paul.
Hello, Julie. How you doing, pal?
I'm all right. How are you? Cheers. Oh, you're ready with your dram. I need to pour mine.
Well, I beat you to it. I've got mine poured already.
Absolutely. Nothing else for it.
By the way, Julie, my name is McDonagh, no McDonagh.
Okay. Cheers.
Julie Hamilton.
Julie Hamilton, absolutely. So how's it going? How have you been? You well?
It's been good. Yeah, good. You know, testing times, but we're getting there. So I'm quite kind of happy, and hopefully it will pick up soon. So see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's been a kind of common thread when we've been talking to everybody from across bars and places, that it's a tough time just now, but yeah, as long as there's still some customers coming in, I'm sure it's you're up against it though, because it's changing all the time, isn't it? We're getting put on us.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most difficult things, is the different changes over the last 3 weeks. There's been quite a lot of changes that we've had to implement, and the sad thing is that it means that staff are getting put back on the furlough. So that becomes a major problem, and it's not nice telling some youngster that you don't need them because of the climate they own. We're working very, very hard to work really hard to boost the business as much as we possibly can, but you know, the cup's always half full rather than half empty.
Well, that's the way to look at it, isn't it? Half full cups are always better to deal with.
My glass is half full as well, so
absolutely. Cheers. So is mine now. So we're drinking a little Single Malt of Scotland Reserve cask today. So the Bon Accord, this is one of my favourite bars in Glasgow. I'm quenting it quite often, although not so much these days just now. Tell us a bit about the bar. How many whiskies have you got? Things like that.
Well, we've got 500, over 500 malt whiskies, ranging from £3.50 a dram to £5,000 a dram.
My goodness.
Macallum 72-year-old is on the gantry, opened for sale, £5,000, which is a bargain nowadays because the price has been up quite a bit since it was first released. So, and we've got a dram for everyone. We've got a dram that fits the price at Eddie's pocket, you know. So it's going very well. So we are a traditional alehouse malt whisky bar. I've been in the bar for 20 years, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster over 20 years, but it's been fun, something I've really, really enjoyed. So long may it continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
The bar is a destination bar in Glasgow. We have 5 whisky clubs that meet within the bar each month, normally, in normal times, should I say. But there's a lot of football for the whisky industry, as well as people who just want to come in for a bite to eat, a cup of coffee. Everybody's welcome. You know, it doesn't matter what you want. And if you want something I don't have, I'll get it for you. I've always kind of worked as a publican over the last 30 odd years, so that's the kind of way we work with businesses. Keep the customer happy as much as possible can. Keep them coming back, which is important.
Absolutely.
Service is all about standard, and that's the way we operate. There's no fancy apps to check yourself in here. It's proper
You can just come in. Although you're saying there's no fancy apps, you do have a fancy app for the whiskies behind the bar, so that people can gather their collections of drams that they like to have.
You can go to the App Store. Thanks for that wee plug here, Julie. You can go to the App Store and download Bon Accord whiskies, and you'll be able to be sitting in your house in Singapore or out of Mongolia and you can look at the range of malt whiskies we have and what price they are, and tasting notes, and plan your trip to the Bonaccord when we're all back to normal, and you come in and you've already chosen the whiskies you want, because the whisky app is live. It's always live. So the bottle finishes, we take it off, and a new bottle is put in. So it's always a live app. So no matter where you're sitting, you check it today, that'll be live. It's on the bar of Bonaccord. And
Absolutely.
a price guarantee. We don't put the price up on a bottle. We put the price on it, one price, and that's until that bottle's finished. That's what we pride ourselves in things like that, giving people a good, honest price. And because we're always happy with the price we're getting at the beginning, why change it?
Yeah. So, I mean, that is a good guarantee that you're offering people, that they know exactly how much they are. And I know from your bar that people have travelled to taste individual whiskies that you've got sitting behind that bar. It's quite something.
Yeah, the boy in no long ago from Singapore, Taiwan, and came specially, and he was in the bar for 2.5 hours, and he spent £6,500 in 2.5 hours. So, you know, it's the bar you can come in and spend £16, or you can spend £6,500. It depends on yourself. It depends on yourself, but yeah, it doesn't matter what you spend. What you always get is a good Scotch welcome, and as much as we possibly can, we'll look after everyone. And it's one of the great things about running a pub with Bonaccord is the amount of people you meet around the globe. And, you know, that's important, but it's also important for the people that stay within the Glasgow area, like on a weekly or monthly basis, we're looking after them. Because that's how things work, and that's how you grow your business. It's through word of mouth. It's your top advisors, your Facebook, your social media things. So for me, it's important every single person. It's not about the big spender or my best friend. I'll walk away from my best friend to go and speak to somebody I don't know, because that's what my business is about, getting to know new people. How does somebody become your best friend if you never speak to them? That's reality.
Right. Absolutely. They're just all friends you've not met yet, all these strangers, aren't they?
That's the wee bit, is that all right? Over a dram. That's what it's all about.
That's it, absolutely. Over a dram, that's it.
Good whiskey, mate, I add. This is good whiskey.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So you were talking before about the whiskey club that meet in the bar. So I know that my own whiskey club meets. We've got the last Tuesday of the month slot in the pub. You've got several Bonaccord whiskey clubs, haven't you? They've grown over the years, really, haven't they?
Yeah, well, the oldest club's been running for 15 years. Our second club's been running for 11 years, and the third club has been running for about 9 years.
Right.
We also have the Valanche Whisky Club that meets in the pub as well. So we've got all these clubs that meet within the pub, which is great, because you're getting that people come in to try whiskies, and like, most of the different people that themselves really, but they get a chance to try the new stuff I've got. And also the return another day with a sweetheart or a mum and dad or whatever, for a bit of food, because they've become used to the pub and what the pub's all about. So it's a great way to introduce people to the business. As again, they don't just look after people in the night of the whisky club, but looking after them all the time. So it's one of the kind of things that it's what we do here in a Bonaccord.
I think it's really apparent when you come into the pub. You're always given the same welcome. You're always given a warm welcome coming in. So yeah, that is a thing that makes people return, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same thing in business. Any business, make your customers welcome.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So, and you were saying 20 years. I can't believe it's 20 years that you've been in the Bon.
Oh, I know that. That's me nearly 40 years of age now, you know that.
God. I mean, I remember, like, before you took it over, so that was an awful long time ago then, when I used to work along the road, but 20 years, that's quite something. So you've seen massive changes over those years.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is being able to sit back and reflect what's happened over the 20 years being in this place is, and my comment to most people was at the time was, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Take my time, do things right, and that's what I've done throughout my career, is to do things the right way as much as I can. And because I'm not in for a quick fix, it's a lifestyle I've got, something I really enjoy. I don't go to work. You know what I mean? I don't get up to go to work. I just get up to go to the pub because it's part of my life, and it has been part of my life for the last 20 years. And I do, I mean, a socialising place. You've probably seen me once or twice at the bar, because it's not a job. I don't walk in, I don't walk out. I get up, I go to work, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Absolutely.
I do enjoy going to other bars as well. I do enjoy travelling. I do enjoy going to whisky festivals and abroad and whatever, you know. And basically, I'm a publican first and foremost. That's my love. My love is bars as a whole. But we do specialise in ales and whiskies and whatever, you know. So that becomes a passion within what I am as a publican, you know. So I love travelling, going to whisky festivals around the world as much as I can. Whereas in this country, are others, New York, with a lad, you know. So that's the kind of thing I really enjoy. And again, you're going and seeing different people. You're seeing how it works in different countries. So it's something I really do enjoy, that aspect there. And running this bar for over 3 years, and stability in my working life and income, and it allows you to travel. So for me, I'm happy with that, you know.
And I suppose if you travel and you go to all these different bars, there'll be loads of things around the world that you can bring back. You can be taken to them out in other countries, and you can be bringing back into Glasgow as well. And that's a good thing for people to come and see in your bar.
Well, I've got the Keys Club, really, the club in the pub. That was something I first seen when I was in Toronto, and they were doing something similar, not just as kind as I'm doing it. Then when I went to Singapore, I seen a similar thing in Singapore, and I looked there the way they did it, and I came up with my own idea of doing it, which I think benefits the customer better. Because it's not about me, it's not about money. It's about a mutual thing where they can come in, enjoy the premises, enjoy the company, and pay a very small fee for that problem. And it's more about the move they're on. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and through time, through having that aspect of that we trust thing on the customers appreciate that you're doing well, and you're doing well for them. You're not doing the favour, but it helps for them to come in other things as well. The reason for what to walk past the door, because they have their bottle in my cabinet, and they want to come in and enjoy that with friends in a safe environment, which nowadays it's always having a safe environment. Clean, healthy, safe environment for people to come and enjoy has always been very, very important. But today, people look at these things more closely. That's why I've always had that within the pubs that I ran, so it's actually worked quite well for me. Very, very good feedback.
So your key cabinet, am I right in thinking, so just as you said, you pay a small fee and you have a bottle of whiskey in that bar, and then you can share it? Is that what you said there? You can share it with friends, and
you just come in and if you become a member of the Keys Club, okay, right, you get your membership card and you get your bottle. You can buy off of me, or you can bring your own bottle in. Now, it's got to be a decent bottle of whiskey. We're not talking about a bottle of grouse. I've got nothing against a bottle of grouse, but we're being reasonable here. So you can share that bottle of whiskey with your good friends. It's maybe the bottle your grandfather left you in his will, and you didn't want to open it. You didn't want to open it yourself in the house. So what you do is you bring it in, you give it to me, I put it in the cabinet. And when you come in, you can book a table, or you can just come in and ask me or my staff to bring the bottle, and we will supply you with glassware and really nice Glencairn crystal glasses, we supply with the glasses and the bottle at your table and look after you. It's just, everybody walks through the door of the Bonner Cob. Strangers are treated like VIPs. When you become a member of the Keys Club, you become a VIP, if that makes any sense. It's a bit different. And as I say, it's not for just any bottle of whiskey, because it wouldn't work that way. It's got to be something that's nice and it's going to work for us all. There's a small fee. For putting your bottle in. But if you want to bring in a cheap blended whiskey, the fee goes up 4 times.
I think the small fee, so I've experienced this. I am a member of your Key Club, and but it's a very nice ceremony that happens when you come and you bring the nice cut glass crystal and the bottle. It's a really nice experience. Unfortunately, the whiskey just needs to go down too quick. That's
it evaporates as heat.
That's what it will be. So, did you have a bar before the Bon Accord, Paul?
Yeah, I've had quite a few bars. In fact,
right.
23 different bars I've run in total over the years.
Goodness.
You didn't know that, did you? Well, I've run a lot of bars. Paisley, Glasgow, Edinburgh. I've been all around the block. I've run multiple pubs at one time. When I worked at a brewery one particular time many years ago. So there was multiple management of bars. So I've got a vast range of experience from the city centre pub to the community, the local. We are dealing with all the kind of all the good things in the community pubs where you're doing the bar mitzvahs, the first communions and the funerals. So and spending a lot of time raising money for charities and supporting local football teams and things like that. So I've been there, done that, and so my career within the trade has been it's been a long career. If you take consideration the first time I pulled a pint in a pub, it was actually 43 years ago.
Oh my!
That was my first time I ever pulled a pint in a pub. Was 43 years ago, but I've been in the business over 30 years on a full-time basis. So I've obviously enjoyed it, So if you spend this length of time, So,
well, that's right. It's a passion in life, isn't it? Rather than it just being a job. That's
a passion,
yes. So we were talking before to others about you're part of the Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland group.
Oh yes. Well, I'm one of the founding members of the Independent Whisky Bars, and it was a group that was got together, and it was basically because we felt a lot of time we weren't getting recognised by distilleries and reps and things like that. We weren't getting, it was kind of, there's a new release from this or a new release from that, but the flippers, the people were getting a hold of them and they were going to auction, and the bars, the whiskey bars, whiskey bars in Scotland, all multiple winners of awards. We couldn't get a hold of the particular new release because by the time the reps started looking after us, it was all away, or it was one bottle we were getting.
Yeah.
But people coming into our bar and asking us, "Oh, we want to try the new one for Ardbeg." Well, we don't have it. And I thought you were a whiskey bar. Well, we are a whiskey bar, but we can't get it. So you spend 10 minutes explaining to people you can't get it. So we were trying to get, look, can we get an allocation? Can we do this? Can we get more interaction with us as a group of bars? Can we use our buying power to help that, cajole people along to support us? And because we are selling your 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, when you bring out a special release, we can't get it. But we're selling your stuff 365 days a year, and we just felt it wasn't fair. And the conversations had taken place over a good number of years. So we got together, we went to get a Highland Park, bottle of Highland Park bottles for us. It went absolutely fantastic, and we've just continued it there's another couple of bars joined the initial group, and it's going really well. Okay, this year there's been a bit of hiccup because of the COVID. You know, we're, at the moment we're talking to a few different distilleries. Distilleries are coming to us to ask us about a few interested. So instead of us chatting the door, they're coming to us. We're recognising that what we can do to promote their brand. And that's what we want, is recognition for what we're doing over the years. And we've been doing it for a long, long time. But, you know, it is working. But again, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We want to do these things and do these things right. We're not just picking any old whiskey.
No.
We're making sure that we're bottling, and it's your name that's going on it, that we're bottling whiskey to as high a calibre as we possibly can. At the end of the day, as we don't bottle anything, we don't have to do that. You know what I mean? It's just a nice wee thing for the people who come into the pub, and we can recommend something from a distillery that we've chosen. And it works very well because we'll get Royal Mail Whiskies that's helping with distribution of it. So that's working very good. We've got Angus McGrade. Angus is talking to distilleries. He's got a lot of samples in. You know, Angus is very, very good at what he does. He's an expert at that kind of thing. And if you get a chance to sample it, we'll sample it as well. But it's a lot of trust and respect shown through the group. So I think that's maybe about 7 million bottles we've done, and every single one of them has been a great success. So hopefully it'll continue for the next good few years, and it'll grow arms and legs. I think really like would be if people started doing the trip around the country, going to bar, and that would be quite nice. You know, somebody that's bought a bottle of it, sitting at their house in Stockholm and thinking, you know what, I'm going to go to the bar one of these days. I'm going to go to Scotland and visit these bars, and I'm sure whoever it is that they did do that trip, they would get a warm welcome in every one of the bars, because we're all very, very like-minded people. We all love the industry. You can't run a malt whiskey bar with involved in whiskey unless you really, really enjoy it, because it is a lot of hard work. Keeping up to date with what's new, what's the new kind of trends, and again, the fact that you've bought some whiskey will play a part in that as well. So, new trend, because that is a new trend as well, for a group of pubs and get together, you know, because we are independent, and that's the main thing. It's the independent whiskey bars of Scotland, and that's one of the things. You have to be an independent. You can't be part of a bigger group, because we want to make decisions. Paul, we've got a whiskey here, we can get involved. We need a decision today. I'll give you the decision now. Yes. So there's no waiting ahead of it. There's no waiting anything like that. There's no red tape and whatever. 7 bars and hotels get together, instant decisions. Let's get that. It's a good product. Let's go. Let's roll with it. So it makes it very, very easy if something crops up that's too good to refuse. So it gives us a chance to actually get products that's going to suit us. So it's going great. You know, a good bunch of people around the country, and I think there's one of the bars I've not been in. That's only one of them. So I'll hopefully get sorted this year. You know, but where it goes and where it ends up going, I don't know. But it's nice. It's nice to be part of that group. You know, it's nice to talk to customers about that. And I'm basically doing, if somebody's going to Inverness, I'm telling them where to go. I'm recommending a bar, because I know the people in Campbelltown, here's where to go. If you go in there, I mean, and that's the nice thing. Whether the person takes a drink of that whiskey or buys a bottle of that whiskey, that they can actually come and actually enjoy, go and see Drum and Rocket, and see I was talking to Paul. It's just one of the things that makes it a very nice experience for the customer. And obviously we'll be trying to outdo each other. Who's the best publican? We're very competitive people, you know, but it is working, Julian. It's working, and it is a nice thing that we're all getting together and independent.
So you've bottled a number of casks. So I've been asking everybody what their standout one has been. I thought I loved your inaugural cask. I thought it was excellent. But there's been a couple more that have been really good. What for you? What do you think's been the one that stood out for you?
Well, the Chichiboo was superb. The 8-year-old Chichiboo we got was absolutely superb whiskey. I mean, really stunning. But for me, the main one for me would have been the Daphne.
Right. Yeah. Tell us about that one.
The Daphne was the fact that we were asked if we would if we wanted it. It was agreed that we would sell it by the gram, not by the bottle. And that for me was like a scoop. We had a bottle and it was only for our bars. And this is the kind of thing we want in distilleries, and that was part of our aim at the very start. Distilleries giving us a bottling that's for our bars and only where to help drive sales to us, because we're driving sales for the distillery selling all their product, and we're doing it for years and years. But here's this new distillery that's only released whiskey for the last couple of years, who came to us and asked us if we would do it. We're flying the flag for them. We're doing that, and it's really, really nice. The only place you get it whiskey is in one of our bars, and it's sold by the Dram. Now, the Daphne distillery, Francis, you know Francis well, Julie. But Francis was quite bothered about the whiskey they were releasing was then getting flipped to go on auction site. If you walk to a bar somewhere, they couldn't get his whiskey in a bar. But he was making small batch of massive amount of whiskey, but you should be able to see representation of his whiskey out of hard work in our bars. Now he knows he can go to our bar and see any of his friends and there's a Dram up in our bar. And that's nice for him, and it's nice for us to have that exclusive bottle. And I think that no matter whether you think that one was better or that one was better, this one is exclusive, and that makes a big, big difference, because that's what we wanted. That was our aim at the very start, to get exclusive bottles, to be able to work with distilleries, and that came through the Daphne.
Absolutely.
Our whole getting together that we had up in Craigellachie. We're up in Craigellachie. We were up in the Craigellachie That made it worthwhile. So that's what I would say. Definitely for me.
Yeah. I think, as you say, for the likes of Francis, he's wanting to see his whiskey being drunk in bars. So when he's offering you whiskey like that, then it's isn't it?
And they're lovely people. You know, they're really, really nice people. You know, and they've got a passion for the whiskey. You know, they're two guys, two farmers, and they've done it. They've no 200 years like a history of that, but what they're doing is they're doing it right, and it's really nice. You know, what I remember is all these guys that started making whiskey 200 years ago would probably come from farming backgrounds anyway. So it was a farmer. So it's 200 years later, another farmer starts it up. So for me, they had a passion for whiskey and decided, let's go and do this. And they waited 12 years before they released their first whiskey. And I just thought, the whole story, the whole thing about it. So that's why I was absolutely delighted to be able to get that. And as I say, to be able to say to a guest that comes in from Taiwan or Beijing or whatever, anywhere, here's one you can get. Here's one you've never tasted. Here, try this. Oh, want to buy it? No, you can't buy a bottle. Buy it. Right. So it's never going to get, the collector's never going to be able to get it. So that's one of the nice things.
That's it, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see where you go next and what distillery you decide to bottle from next. It's always, we always wait with anticipation to see what the next single cask is coming your way. So
it's a closely guarded secret, Julie.
Yeah, absolutely. None of you have given that. That's absolutely. So, well, here's hoping that that things change or things improve slightly. I think changes this past wee while have kind of altered the landscape in bars for the short term, hopefully.
No, you've got Surely you've got to be positive. You know, I mean, I was kidding on to people that I felt as if I was in a horror movie, and it was named the Death of the Local Whisky Bar, and obviously I had a starring role in it. You know, I was the hero, and Boris was the villain. But that's all kidding aside. Everybody's working very, very hard and trying really hard. A very, very small few places aren't behaving themselves. It's that 2% of the population that don't care about anything. You know, we want to let that get us down. That shouldn't stop us doing what we're doing. Do things right, and we'll get out of this quicker. And we'll get through it with our credibility intact. And you know, it's a fight for survival for an awful lot of businesses. Not every business is going to survive, and it's what it is. And you know,
and I suppose sorry.
But we will come out of it.
Yeah, we'll come back out the other side of it. Well, I hope it's not too long before we all get to see each other in person, and we'll be propping up a bar, hopefully, and not having to be socially distanced in tables anymore. Look forward to seeing you for a dram when that happens. Thanks for coming along, Paul. Great to chat to you today.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks very much, Paul. That was great. For all of you watching, keep your eye on our schedule where there'll be more interviews, live chats and sessions across the course of the week. Cheers.